In the Afghan capital, Kabul, an appeals court has upheld death sentences for 5 men convicted of gang rape. 2 other men had death sentences cancelled and will instead go to jail for 20 years. The case has caused national outrage. The men were found guilty of attacking 4 women who were returning from a wedding just outside Kabul in late August. The Russian rouble has fallen to a new all-time low against the dollar today. Analysts say the currency was hit by declining oil prices and a decision not to raise interest rates, as well as Western sanctions on Russia implemented last week. The rouble has lost about 15% of its value against the dollar this year. In the Kyrgyz capital Bishkek, an appeals court has handed down long prison sentences to key officials in the regime of former President Kurmanbek Bakiev. Bakiev himself was tried in absentia and sentenced to life imprisonment. The charges related to the killing of nearly 100 protesters during the uprising that ousted Bakiev in 2010. In Islamabad, protesters are scrawling "Go Nawaz, go" on banknotes as the latest part of their campaign calling for the resignation of Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. The protests have paralysed the Pakistani capital with a mass sit-in since mid-August. The Ministry of Finance has warned that banknotes with political slogans on them will not be accepted as valid currency. In the Kazakh city of Almaty, a fire broke out at the Nikolsky market in the historic centre of town. Several shops and a cafe were destroyed, but there were no casualties. The cause of the fire remains unclear. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.